A very warm welcome again to all of our attendees. Thank you so much for joining. Yes, and without further ado, I'll quickly talk about two of the latest updates that we have on our platform, which can help your campaigns scale immensely and also give you a very well-rounded view into the engagement that is happening with your posts on our apps, on apps that are ShareChat and Moj. So the first bit is unified campaigns. What do we mean by unified campaigns, right? So I'll give you a little bit context. What used to happen till now is we used to have separate ad formats or separate capabilities to set up campaigns on either ShareChat or Moj, right? So you can start creating a campaign. If you have a video media asset, then you can either create a campaign that will only deliver on Moj or create a campaign that will only deliver on ShareChat. But now we have the capability of rendering the same campaign or delivering the same campaign on both ShareChat and Moj simultaneously. How does this help you? This actually speeds up the scaling process by quite a bit, because the learning curve that happens with any new campaign, right? The learnings across ShareChat and Moj can now be leveraged on both platforms, and you wouldn't have to wait for two separate campaigns to have their own learning curves and have their own set of individual 2000 2500 odd initial clicks so that they can start performing even better. So we sort of have synergies which are more than just the sum of the parts. So it's almost exponential synergies when it comes to having a combined campaign, right? And when we talk about a combined campaign, it is not just in terms of the setup of the campaign, all of the parameters, your targeting, which you choose in terms of demographics, the creatives, language targeting, all of those apply to both ShareChat and Moj as available. And the most important bit is after your campaigns have started delivering, we also intend to, externalize the split of the data by the app. So of course, till now, if it was an only Moj campaign, you could still get all the data, only ShareChat, you would still be able to get all the data. But now in the same campaign as well, you will be able to see the split of your metrics like your views, spends, impressions, clicks, CTR, your post back and deeper funnel events by platform, which is by either ShareChat or Moj. And Moj Takatak is also a part of our Moj ecosystem, so that those impressions are also counted herein. Basically this expands the audience pool that you can tap into with a single video creative even. And yeah, I mean, if you deem fit that one of the platforms is giving you better performance, then you can always go ahead and modify and set up newer campaigns based on the learnings of this original unified campaign as well. Yeah, we can move on to the next slide, Anushka. So this is, I'll just, these are screenshots of how the UI will look like. This is, scheduled to go live in the coming 10 days. So you'll soon be able to experience it for your own self on the ads platform. So, historically, what we've been able to look at is, these ad formats with native in feed video, native in feed display, native in feed video, Moj, interstitial, and carousel. So in that scenario, native in feed video Moj was only for Moj platform and native in feed video was only for ShareChat platform. Now what we're doing is in the native in feed video umbrella itself, we have the capability of setting whether it only has to be for Moj or ShareChat. Of course, you can make those selections using these checkboxes which are provided. Majority of our video campaigners go for unified campaigns because of the reasons I just mentioned in terms of benefits of scale, learning, and access to a larger audience across age groups, and better optimization in smaller cohorts of users, so that you can then go ahead and set custom campaigns for each of these cohorts, right? So we recommend that you go ahead with a unified setup itself. However, if you still want to experiment, then you can always go ahead and set up separate campaigns, one only for Moj, one only for ShareChat, a third for both, and you can observe the performance for yourself. So that's also possible. You will get this option right at the first step of campaign creation under the ads format section. And yeah, you can check or uncheck the boxes over here as you deem fit. We can move on to the next slide. Right. So this is where I'm talking about, the analysis of a unified campaign. Say, for example, a campaign has been set up for both ShareChat and Moj. So this is the usual analyze module that we look at, right? So over here, what you can see is we'll add a drop down now so that you will be able to filter the data as per the platform on which it was shown. So if we look at the top right hand side corner, we have the time period. We also have the platform, and we have creatives as well. What we're doing with this build itself is that we're also adding the capability of grouping multiple creatives during the analysis process. So if today you go and see onto the platform, you'll be able to filter by individual creative. You will not be able to select multiple creatives and look at them as a group, right? Under the analyze section, you can always do that under the reporting section, but in the analyze section where we have graphs and pie charts, right now we only support a single creative. Right, in terms of analysis. But with this build, along with the app split, we will also externalize the capability to select multiple creatives so that, you can combine creative classes, or, if you know that two creatives are in the same vernacular language or same color or are of the same product, etc., you can always combine those and look at the data. So I think, this has a twofold advantage. The build that is going to go live in another 10 days. We can move to the next slide. Right. So that was pretty much about, the unified campaigns bit. I would definitely urge all of our advertisers who are already there on our platform, who have been ShareChat and Moj veterans, to please go ahead and set up campaigns in this unified world. And as of now, what capability is present in the platform, you can make these changes at the creative level, right? So at the campaign level, you can have a native in-feed video campaign, and at an individual creative level, you can set ShareChat or Moj. But based on the feedback that we have received from our advertisers, and also based on the capabilities to externalize data, we have taken a call to shift this setting to a campaign level, which I just talked about. So in the next week or so, you'll be able to see this shift at the campaign level. Please don't worry, all of your existing campaigns and your previous campaigns will be migrated at our end itself as per the settings that they have been running with, right? So if it's a ShareChat only campaign, we will migrate it to the new setup and ensure that it still continues to deliver on ShareChat only, so you don't have to worry about that. But irrespective, as soon as this is going live, I would urge all of you to please go ahead and set at least one unified campaign so that you can observe the benefits for yourself in real time. Right. So with that being said, let's move on to the next big addition that has gone onto the platform. This is around managed posts. So for a lot of the advertisers, they may not be like, you may not be everyday avid users of ShareChat and Moj as apps, right? It is very well possible that you advertise your brand, your products, your business, your services on our platform, but you may not log in every day on ShareChat and Moj as well. However, what happens is, the way our ad system is architectured, every time you set up a campaign or add a creative, it actually gets appended in your profile as a post. So for example, the business name is ABC Company Limited. So you would have a profile on ShareChat and Moj with the logo that you have provided, with a preferred business name that you have provided. So that's essentially, your brand presence onto our platforms. And whenever users click on the CTA of your ads, they will obviously be redirected to the link that you have shared or you intend to. However, if the users click on the profile icon of the ads, or the profile name of the ads, they get redirected to your business profile page on ShareChat and on Moj respectively. So while that is not what you are already optimizing for, in today's day and age, it is very important that we have a very holistic, very brand safe, a very relevant social media presence, and also a page that is very engaging, very interactive, and that is in touch with today's users and what they demand. In order to facilitate that, and in order to make it easier for individual self-serve campaigners and for our multi-brand agencies and digital marketers, we have added a module called Manage Posts onto the Ads Manager itself. So basically, now the Ads Manager is like an umbrella platform for you to not just manage your paid campaigns and creatives, but to also look at the engagement that is happening with the posts that get created as a result of these campaigns. We, if this was not enough, we have also added the capability for you to go ahead and create posts from the ads manager itself. Now, when I say create posts, these are not paid or promoted posts. These can sit as normal posts on your profile pages on ShareChat and Moj. And of course, this furthers our objective to create a very holistic brand image onto the apps. Actually, that is the interface where most of the audience is interacting with your business. So using this module, you will be able to create posts, and you will be able to analyze posts that are there on your profile. Of course, there are a lot of details and a lot of capabilities that go into this module. I'll talk about them briefly in the slides to come. And just to give a little more technical details around what this module is, basically you need to ensure that once you sign up, you've given us the details about your brand logo and your brand name, and you have ensured that your Moj and ShareChat profiles are up to date via our ads manager. As soon as that is done, you will be able to see this particular module as even before you sort of set up your campaigns, and you can actually go ahead and start creating posts even before you create campaigns. And you can observe the kind of engagement and reaction that these posts are garnering, and then you can modify your creatives once you start spending real money on those media assets, right? So this is what the homepage of this managed post module, or the landing page of this managed post module, would look like. You'll see it as another module on the left hand side menu at the bottom most. This is going to be your first interaction with the module. Basically, what we have here is a tabular structure which lists the post ID. It also talks about the app placement, whether this particular post is present on ShareChat or Moj. I just spoke about the unified campaign. So for example, I have set up a unified campaign that of course is going to deliver on ShareChat and Moj both. So 2 posts will be created with the same creative, because these are 2 separate platforms and these posts have to exist independently. That's why you'll see 2 posts for the same media asset. One will be on ShareChat, one will be on Moj. That's just an example, right? That was about the second column in terms of app placement. The third column is about the post type, which talks about what the media asset format is. Is it an image? Is it a GIF? Is it a video? So these are the 3 most popular ad formats, media formats that we support on our apps. Of course, if we go ahead and create a carousel ad campaign, that will also come as a post type. So that can also exist as a post onto our platforms. And let me tell you, if you guys have not already observed, today we see most of the businesses looking at the storytelling angle of things, and they want to engage with the audiences in a step-by-step format. Either they want to tell a story around their brand, they want to explain their vision, they want to explain a process, so they use carousels heavily on other platforms. So this is also a very good way for our advertisers on ShareChat and Moj to experiment with carousel type campaigns and see the kind of engagement that they're able to observe via the managed post module also. The next column is created on, so that just gives you an idea on about when this post came into existence. If this post came into existence via a campaign, this would coincide with when the campaign got created. Or if you go ahead and create a post via the ads manager, that date will come. Of course, this does not stop you from going ahead and creating a post from your actual app, mobile app itself as well. However, this capability would only exist for individual self-serve advertisers. Who are individual self-serve advertisers? Basically, are users who have only one business or have a unique login on our ads manager for each business that they manage. But this has its limitations in terms of scalability, right? So there are very few advertisers who have separate logins for separate businesses for whom they advertise on Moj and ShareChat. So for such advertisers, we anyway recommend the multi-brand ecosystem. And in the multi-brand ecosystem, it is difficult for you to get access to those profiles via your own mobile devices. So that's another main reason why this managed post modules came into existence, because we wanted to provide you access without having to go via the mobile OTP login route on ShareChat and Moj. So yeah, without digressing anymore, we also have columns around, of course, the engagement metrics, which is the most important, data around what's happening with the posts on ShareChat and Moj. So we have views, likes, shares, and comments. Of course, you will observe that during campaign setup as well, and during post setup as well, there are options to disable sharing, to disable commenting, and disable some other engagement features as well. So of course, if those settings have been checked, then you will observe the consequences in terms of engagement via this table as well. So yeah, that's just a little bit of cautionary note. Also would like to tell you, and I will talk about it again, in slightly more length towards the end of this masterclass. All of our posts, whether it is ads or whether it is organic posts, all of them go through a manual review and approval process, right? So it is very much possible that you submitted a post for publishing, say at 4:15 p.m. today, but it only goes live, say, by 5 p.m. today. So the gap in between is what our systems and what our teams take to sort of ensure that all of the posts are brand safe, are compliant with our regulatory policies on the app in terms of content and acceptability. And this is applicable to, of course, all posts, not just ad campaigns. So yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know on that. Of course, you have a filter over here as well to be able to search by post ID and to be able to filter by app placement. So that just helps you get a ready view of app-wise engagement of your posts. This was a little bit about the overview. Anushka, we can move to the next slide. So yes, this is, these are screenshots of how you can go ahead and create posts actually. So, very soon we are going to provide this permission to everybody who signs up. It's just a matter of, the next release that we are going to make with our product. So we're just waiting on that. However, if it is an urgent use case for you, I would request that you please reach out to Seema and her team. They are more than happy to enable this permission on a case-by-case basis if it is extremely urgent. Otherwise, any which ways, in the coming 7 to 10 days, this permission will be applicable to all of our self-serve users. So there's nothing to worry about. Right. So we were talking about how can we create posts via this ads manager itself. So basically, there are two main steps involved over here. The first step is around, your basic details around which app do you want to publish it on, what is the format of the media asset, what languages you want to target. And, when we say what languages you want to target, it basically shows this post to people who have selected these languages during their sign up as well. So that's the idea behind selecting languages, and then of course going ahead and uploading the file. As we scroll down, you'll be able to see under the module itself, we have the option of adding captions, of adding hashtags, etc. as well. So this is around mostly the structure of the post itself. Now, the next step, which is on the right-hand side on the screen here, the step 2, this is where we select tags. And there's also the capability of creating tags. Now, for all of our avid ShareChat and Moj users, I'm sure you know the relevance and the importance of good tags, rich tags, and a good set of tags with each of your posts. What these tags do is essentially, help you to target all of those audiences who have clicked on these similar tags, who have searched for similar keywords, who have, checked for updates from these tags, etc. So essentially, it's very similar to how other popular social media apps work. Tags are a way for you to reach the right audience who have the right affinity, most relevant to your business, to your post, to your products and services, right? So of course, we already have a very rich list of tags to select from in our drop down. But if you still feel that, you want to add something more specific, or you have a very different or unique product, you can always go ahead and create a new tag as well. So all of the capabilities are present on to this ads manager module, and there's nothing that you're missing out on. Just after selecting this, if you want to disable comments and sharing, you can go ahead and do that, and then just create a post. So as soon as you create a post, it gets submitted. Our internal teams review it in terms of brand safety and compliance and give it a green signal, and it's soon published. We can move to the next slide, Anushka. Right. So, of course, once it is published, you'll be able to see it on the table that I was talking about initially. So the top section sort of, gives the disclaimer, which I talked about, and the overview of the table. Now, if you look at the top screenshot on this slide, if you hover around the post ID, right, you'll be able to see two options, which are analyze and download. So again, this is a third beautiful capability that we provide onto the platform. It's, of course, with the metrics, you're not just able to analyze, you're able to view the actual comments that audience has made onto these posts as well, and you're able to download the media asset as well. Of course, it's pretty intuitive that if you created a post, you would have access to the media asset either via the device, the mobile device or desktop, etc. But in a multi-brand scenario, right, if you have associates under your business center who don't have access to these media assets, they can still readily go ahead, access these media assets, download it, and share it for future or other purposes. So I think this helps in operational efficiencies as well. And the bottom section that you see on the screen today, these are screenshots of how the analysis on download modules look. So on the left hand side, there is a post for which comments and sharing was disabled, for example, right? So of course, that's why you don't see any comments and anything to read from therein. But on the right hand side, there was a post for which such setting was not used. So you see that audience has added comments also in various languages, and all of these comments you can read through and scroll via our ads manager itself, right? So this is like a one-stop shop for not just paid but for organic posts, not just analyzing paid campaigns and spends, but analyzing engagement with your paid and organic posts alike. So yeah, that's the intent behind the managed posts module. Very soon you'll be able to see it on the ads platform. If it's urgent, please let us know. We'll enable it for you on a special request basis. Right, that brings me to the end of the two modules. I'll pass on the baton to Himanshu. He'll talk about the event manager, another very coveted feature that most of our advertisers have been waiting for, especially the ones who run conversion campaigns on web or app. Over to you, Himanshu.
Thank you, Radhika, for explaining in such a detail. So yeah, so what? Just to give a brief of why we built Event Manager. Right now in ShareChat, we had a module which is basically ShareChat Pixel, which where you can go and integrate Pixel for your website. And MMP is another mobile measurement partner where you basically and integrate a third-party service provider that specializes in measuring and analyzing mobile app advertising campaigns. This was done entirely offline, and the TAT for this was around 7 to 15 days, which is approximately 2 weeks. And that was very inefficient. We had a lot of complaints from our advertisers on the platform. We choose to hear them and build a feature around it. So what is Event Manager? ShareChat Event Manager is a tool that enables you to set up, monitor your integrations such as conversion APIs, ShareChat Pixel for your mobile and websites. You can also you can also use Events Manager to verify test events, so you can create campaign with ease. So earlier you used to spend some amount, X amount, to verify whether your whether your integration is working or not. Right now, with the help of Event Manager, you don't have to do that. You can do verification instantly. You can close the entire loop within a matter of 30 minutes and be ready to create a campaign and utilize that. Yeah. So in the next slide, we'll go through each of these modules. So first, once you land on Event Manager, so ShareChat Pixel will be replaced, and you also all the previous advertisers who have integrated with ShareChat Pixel will be moved to this module. So all your data is safe with us. Integration is safe with us. This will be replaced with this screen. So here you can see we have MMP and website pixel test events on the left side on the top. Here you will see the MMP that you have integrated with. For example, here we have shown singular. Below that, you will see ShareChat, the name here, that is basically your pixel integration. So here you can see there's columns like app name, test events. So once you have done test events, we will show that to you when you have received those test event. What was your app name? For example, your test app name is Swiggy, and you have add to cart or purchase, it will be shown here, and the test event timing will be shown here as well. Sign one of those events as well. But so here on the right side, you'll see your advertiser name, advertiser ID, all the app that you have listed will be shown along with the website pixel. Here on the leftmost bottom side, you'll see one button which is set up new data source. So when you click on set up new data source, you'll be landed to the next screen, which is basically connect new data source. Here are two options. First one is mobile app conversion API, which is basically MMP or a custom integration for your mobile. Second is basically website pixel. So in MMP, I'll want to give you a brief of how the MMP and conversion API is designed. So it is designed to create a connection between advertisers' marketing data such as app event from advertiser server or MMP server or mobile app that helps optimize the targeting and measure outcomes, right? So once you click on get started, we can go on the next slide and I'll show you how the process flows. So once you click on get started for Pixel, here you can see we have listed a website name, landing page URL, and select events. So website name, we're asking what is your website name. You can give your input there. Landing page URL is basically your homepage of your website. Once you have done that, you basically select the events that you want to enlist here. Once you have selected all the list of event, which is previously present on ShareChat Pixel, so it is list of 15 events as of now. Once you have selected, let's say for example, add to cart, purchase, and initiate checkout, then you click on next, and you will be redirected to the second screen, which will tell you the type of integration that you should select. If you have Google Tag Manager, you can directly set up all the events via Google Tag Manager. If you have Shopify website, you can select Shopify. If you have WordPress, then you can select WordPress. So these are all screenshots as of now. It hasn't gone live as of. So once you have selected any options out of three, we'll redirect you to the next screen. Uh, Let me walk you through next screen. Then yeah. So in the next screen, you will be landed here on the first screen, which is present on the leftmost section. Here you'll be shown one video of entire integration of how to do this integration, and below you'll be your integration steps will be listed. Here you can see all the steps are there. Your pixel code for the events which you have selected previously will be shown here as well. Then once you have done the integration as per the video and you click on next, you will be redirected to the permissions page, which is basically we asking you to allow us to monitor your website for next 15 or 20 minutes. So we can capture those events which you have integrated with us to test whether those are working properly or not. So once you have done the integration, we ask you to go to your website and perform all those events which you have opted in. For example, I'm an advertiser. I came on ShareChat. I want to do integration. I did that integration via Shopify, for example, here. And then I went to my website, allowed ShareChat to monitor my website temporarily. Went to my website, I did integration for add to cart, initiate checkout, and then purchase. So I have to perform these three events. I'll go to a product landing page, click on add to cart, do an initiate checkout, and do a purchase. Once I've done that, ShareChat basically will capture those events and show you whether those events fired or not. So on the congratulations screen that you see, these three events will be shown. And then once all the testing is done, you have a session timeout in 30 minutes. So within that 30 minutes, you have to perform these three events, which is a lot more. So basically, you can do it the entire testing part in around 5 to 10 minutes, which is more than enough. So once you click on create campaign now, you'll be redirected to the campaign section of ShareChat, or else you'll be automatically redirected in the next 5 seconds. So next slide, please. So yeah, for the integration, so people who do not have any of these options present, right? What do they do? So for them, we have a section just below WordPress, which is basically don't want to proceed with the above integration type. Click here for direct integration, right? So direct integration, once you click on direct integration, you will be landed to this screen, which will ask you for some information, which is your registered email address, mobile number, and tech stack, which is you are using. For example, you are using React. So React integration can be done in a number of steps, which could be either using tag manager or using copy pasting code in your website code base directly. There you can set up integration. So for that, once you have given this information, our team will definitely get back to you. Uh, a product team liaison and a couple of folks from sales team as well, and you'll be redirected to a page which will show you the integration set of steps. So yeah, next slide, please. So yeah, on the home screen, we have given you another manage event section, which is basically you have done in, suppose you have done integration for these three events, add to cart, initiate, checkout, and purchase. Right? Now you want to increment and add another step, which is basically, let's say, complete registration. How do I do that, right? Do I have to go through the same process or not? So no, you don't have to. Once you click on manage event and go to the next section, here you will see a list of events, all 15 list of event appear. You can just basically select any of these events which you want to additionally add or remove. You can do both here from here. Once you have selected that and click on publish those events will be listed as well, and you don't have to go through the entire set of process to do that. So yeah. Next slide, please. Yeah. So for folks who are having any other problem related to events manager, right? So you had an issue. Suppose you had an issue with Postpack MMP or Website Pixel setup. You can directly go to the. You can see the advertiser name here, right? Appear in the right section. There we have three dots. Once you click on the three dots, this pop-up screen will appear. Here you can either choose to select your Postpack MMP or Website Pixel questionnaire, and then you have to describe your issue. What is your exact issue that you are facing? And you have to either choose to you can choose to either allow our team to connect with you on call or not. It is entirely up to you. And once you have sent the message, our team at support team will be getting back to you with all the help you need. So yeah, this is for events manager as a whole. uh, so this will be launching mid of April, and once we have done this, we'll also fully open conversion objective to every event. So you don't have to get to and add folks and then get a product people person to get on a call with you and then do the entire set of integration. This usually as of now takes around 2 weeks, which I have highlighted, and that is a very back and forth process which advertisers face a lot of issue with as well, regarding timing, integration, verification specifically. So yeah, that is it.